This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here with Michiel Eradus, who is joining us all the way from New Zealand. How are you today, sir?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you.
Now, for those people unfamiliar with Eradus wines, tell us a little bit about not only the name, which is obviously yours, but what you do down in New Zealand.
Obviously we have a vineyard in New Zealand and we make wine in New Zealand, and but more specifically, if I can be a little bit more specific, what we've really trying to stress, and what we have been trying to do over the last 18 months, is not be so much a production-driven organization, but become more about sales and marketing and things. We've been making wine for 14 years. We know how to make good wine. Hopefully you agree. But now it's more about, who are we, what makes us different, what makes us special, what makes our wine special.
Now, when you think about that question, what answers do you come up with?
Well, it's interesting because I got a marketing person on board about 18 months ago, and the first thing they said was, what differentiates you from others, and not just your neighbors, but the whole region? Is there any unique identifiers? And we thought long and hard about it. And originally we always used to go, we're single vineyard, we're Awatere Valley, we've won a bucket load of accolades, we're boutique, family owned, all the rest of it. But it's a very broad message. Now the one thing that really does make us special, we found, is that all our wines are made from grapes grown in the Awatere Valley. Yes, so the Awatere Valley is in the southern portion of Marlborough. And the terroir is slightly different. It's cooler, it's windier, it's drier, but most importantly the soil structure is quite different than, for example, the Wairau, which tends to be big, rich soil with a lot of water content, which gives you big, juicy grapes. The Awatere Valley, which was me standing on the inner edge of my vineyard with the river running underneath it, you can see it's very stony, very arid, very extreme, and that gives the wine makes them more elegant as opposed to overt, makes them a little bit more mineral driven, mineral backbone, and with crisp, zingy acidity. So almost a little bit, definitely still New World wines, but with a hint, quite a strong hint of the Old World. So yeah, that's really what sets us apart. And that's very much our vision of our business, and our mission and our vision is Eradus Wines is the essence of the Awatere Valley.
Now, Sauvignon Blanc is obviously, or Sauvignon Blanc is obviously the main part of your production, but what is the percentage of your production that goes to other varietals?
So Sauvignon Blanc would be maybe 80 to 85%, and then we do Pinot Noir, which will be about another 5 to 10.
And that's Marlborough also?
Single vineyard, Awatere Valley.
Okay.
All our wines are 100% Awatere Valley, single vineyard. A bit of Sauvignon Blanc we buy from next door, but we do about 10% Pinot Noir, then we do some Pinot Gris, about 5%, and then we do some Chardonnay and a dessert wine called Sticky Mickey as well.
And which grapes are in the dessert wine?
Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc as well, so like a late harvest.
It is a late harvest.
Super.
It's a light take on late harvest, so it's not super cloring. It's got sugar content's definitely there, but it's a little bit more lively than your classic dessert wines.
It's often said that Sauvignon Blanc is Sauvignon Blanc is one of the grapes that's it's pretty easy to make if you make it in its simplest form. When it comes to vinification of your Sauvignon Blanc, do you have any little nuances that you add to the wine?
No. We pick it, we ferment it, we press it. No, sorry, not in that order. We pick it.
That would be messed up. Yeah.
We pick it, press it, ferment it, filter it and bottle it. It really is. The wine, especially Sauvignon, is just a pure expression of the fruit.
And where do you feel... Whoa, what was that? And where do you feel the wines of New Zealand sit on the world wine stage today? How do you think most people think of New Zealand as a wine-producing country?
I think everybody definitely knows about us now. I think when you talk about New Zealand wine, ultimately you still tend to talk about Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc a lot of the time, and I think where we sit is that we've become synonymous with Sauvignon Blanc a little bit. You know, when you think Marlborough, you think Sauvignon Blanc. You think Sauvignon Blanc, you think Marlborough. I think with Central Otago, that's happening with the Pinot Noir from Central, etc. So I think we've put our stamp on the map, but we need to probably be very careful that we don't become a victim of our own success, and make sure we keep our standards high, and make sure that we diversify and explore other varietals which we can grow equally well, but which not be as easy to break through because they're not as differentiated from the rest as Sauvignon Blanc is from the rest, if that makes sense.
I'm particularly enjoying Pinot Gris from Marlborough right now. How have your successes or failures been with Pinot Gris thus far?
It's a funny one, Pinot Gris. We grow Pinot Gris, single vineyard, and I love it because it's got that arbitrary characteristic. So Pinot Gris can be, it's quite often upfront, quite rich, textural, but it sometimes can leave a little bit wanton at the back palate. If you get that, grow it in the arbitrary, it's a total experience. And I've got a 2015 for you to try today, which I think is just outstanding. So the short answer is it's exciting. When you get Pinot Gris right, it can be very good wine.
Michael, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today. Really appreciate it.
No worries, thank you.
Thanks for now. Bye bye.